Today, we're going to talk about evaluating information sources. And I'm going to tell you, it's crap. So, what is the purpose here? There are so many things that you can find on the internet, so many articles, so many websites, so many books out there, so many Facebook pages, all kinds of places that you find information. But how do you know if it's good? How do you know if it's something that you should say, yeah, I'm going to base my next decision on this or my whole worldview on this? Yeah, we're going to walk through this CRAAP procedure and give you some thoughts. All right, so our first step in trying to figure out if information is good is currency. How timely is this? So, is there a date on it at all? I'm kind of suspicious of like web pages that don't have dates. That's not helpful. Can you see if it's been updated? If you're on a website, if you're on a Facebook page, do the links work? If you're reading a book, is it dusty? Is it moldy? That probably means it's not really current. But you don't always want something that's just to the moment. Let's say an exciting news story happens and you find an article that was written 5 minutes ago. Well, the news story is still happening. So, what happened 5 minutes ago might not be the best description of the whole thing. So just keep in mind that you don't want it to be too far away, you don't want it to be too close in time, you want it to be just right, and that is going to vary depending on what you're looking at. Okay, so reliability. We also want to know, is this important? Does this make sense? And that can be sometimes a little bit difficult to tell. But in essence, in general, if what you're reading sounds weird, it sounds odd. If you're reading something that says you make it to the bottom of this web page and you will win $1 million, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not reliable. You will not win $1 million. That's okay. But think about whether it's something that makes sense. Is this designed to appeal to you? Is it something that you can say, wow, that's the most amazing thing I've ever heard? Check someplace else to see if it's real. Don't depend on just one source. And who said it? By what authority do they know this information? So, anybody can write anything down. Doesn't mean it's real, doesn't mean they know anything. Let's say we find an article that says eating chocolate 5 times a day would be very healthy for you. Now, me, I would love that. It would make me very happy. But I'm going to look at that and see who told me that, who said that that would be healthy. Well, and I notice in this article that maybe it's the Chocolate Manufacturers Association. Oh, okay. Well, they are not a good authority because they're going to be biased in what they tell me. But instead, maybe I notice it's the Unbiased Doctors of North America have published it. Ooh, okay. Now there's an authority that I can feel good about. So remember, just because you see something written on the internet, just because some random dude you don't know said something, doesn't mean that it's real. If you can't tell who said it and you can't tell what is their basis for actually knowing this, not just thinking it, but knowing it, this is not something you want to depend on. All right, step 4, accuracy. This matters. So is your information reliable? Is there somebody that you can tell that maybe is an editor and they're verifying it and they're checking it? So when you see things in newspaper articles, those in a real newspaper, the New York Times, the Washington Post, those have editors and the material has been looked at by a few different people. If you see something that's just written on somebody's blog, yeah, you don't know. You don't know if anybody else has had a chance to look at it. And a quick way that I have found, especially if you're looking at online material, is, are there a bunch of spelling mistakes? Are there grammar mistakes? Does it look messy? If those are present, then it's probably not good information. It hasn't been checked. It hasn't been evaluated. So it might be interesting, but it's probably not the best information that you can use. Look someplace else. And then our final step to figuring out if this is good information is, what is the purpose of it? Why is this here? Why is this group or this person or whoever telling me this? So let's go back to our chocolate example. Why would the Chocolate Manufacturers Association want to tell me that it's great for me to eat chocolate 5 times a day? Well, obviously, they want me to buy more chocolate. It would be really good for them if I start buying 5 servings of chocolate every single day. That's great for them. So if the purpose is you're only telling me this because they want to make money from me, that's not awesome. Or if the purpose is that they're only telling me this because they want me to get like really angry or really upset or really excited, uh, those are also very suspect reasons. So if it feels like that this information is just there to really get you all inflamed and going and upset and doing, check it against another source. Check it against somebody who's also got good authority, accurate, unbiased, and see, is this real? Does this make sense? Or is just here for somebody else's purpose? Yeah, you don't want that. That's not going to be helpful to you. Let's do a quick review here of what we've talked about. So I want to know if my article, my website, my Facebook page, whatever I'm reading, I want to know if this is good information. So I check the currency, I check the reliability, I check the authority, who said it, I check accuracy, and I check their purpose in telling me this information. You can't always do that perfectly, but if you keep this in your mind and you keep thinking, I'm just going to make sure before I make a decision based on this information, or before I change my worldview on this information, or before I invest my life savings, I'm going to make sure that I'm getting the best information for me. And that matters. All right. If you want to check on the information that you find, or you just want to talk about finding other kinds of great things, reach out. We're here. Talk to us. You can send us an email anytime, library@sctcc.edu. And we are on Twitter, and I will tell you, we post lots of cute pictures in addition to sharing good information. So follow us on Twitter at SCTCCL, and we will be delighted to talk with you anytime. Thanks, everybody.